Army Recognition is appointed as official online show daily news and web TV for officials news online, including web TV, for Eurosatory 2020, the International Defense and Security Exhibition that will take place in Paris from the 8th to the 12th of June. Our selection of topics for today reflects your particular interest during the last days on Army Recognition's website. China has received the second regimental kit of S-400 air defense missile systems. South Korea could sign a deal with Poland for the sale of 800 K2 main battle tanks. And last, the assessment of the results obtained in 2019 by Operation Barkhane against Islamic terrorist groups in the Sahel region. Russia has completed the delivery of the second regimental set of air defense missile systems S-400 Triumph to China by sea. The act of acceptance was signed last December in China. The delivery to China of the second regimental set of S-400 included a command post, 2 series of launchers, radar stations, power and auxiliary equipment, spare parts and tools. China also received more than 120 of the latest anti-aircraft guided missiles of 2 types. China became the first foreign customer of the Russian S-400 Triumph systems. The contract was signed for the delivery of 2 regimental kits. The first one was delivered to China in spring 2018. And then successfully tested in December of the same year. The South Korean company Hyundai Rotem could sign a deal with the Polish government to manufacture 800 K2 Black Panther main battle tanks. The project, that would be divided in 2 stages, could be officially announced in the first half of this year and start in 2023, then making Poland the first foreign customer for this tank. In 2016, Poland already inked a deal with South Korea for the purchase of 120 K9 self-propelled howitzers, which indicates a certain familiarity between the 2 countries. The K2 was unveiled to the public during ADEX 2009 defense exhibition in Seoul. Its main armament consists in the German-made Rheinmetall 120mm smoothbore gun produced under license in South Korea. The gun is fitted with an automatic loader. It can fire about 10 rounds per minute. The protection of the Black Panther consists in an unknown type of composite armor and an active defense system using explosive reactive armor blocks. The latest version of the tank is now fitted with a license-built German MTU diesel engine and a ranked transmission system. The K2 can reach a maximum speed of 70 km/h on hard surface. In 2019, Operation Barkhane continued its direct action against armed terrorist groups with more than 100 operations conducted by the French army alone or jointly with partner forces. 2 important figures of the RVIM, that stand for Rally for the Victory of Islam and Muslims, were also neutralized. In addition to the disabling of many members of armed terrorist groups, Operation Barkhane also seized or destroyed several hundreds motorcycles and pickup trucks and a very large quantity of ammunition of all calibers, as well as electronic equipment. These direct operations against terrorist armed groups are essential in order to reduce their capacity to cause harm and bring them within the reach of local armies. They deal a severe blow to these organizations and help secure the Sahel. However, as the Chief of Staff of the French Armed Forces recalled, the indicator of success is not the number of jihadists killed, but the quantity of the population that is not or no longer under the control of these groups. The global approach, of which Barkhane is the military component and on which France's strategy in the Sahel is based, contributes to the drying up of the recruitment channels for terrorists by creating the conditions for the return of the state and development. The year 2019 has been a strengthening of cooperation between the soldiers of Barkhane and foreign partner forces through a genuine combat partnership. The systematic integration of partner forces into operations represented more than 50% of the volume of troops engaged. Navy and Army Recognition are appointed as official online show daily news and web TV for DIMDEX Maritime Defense 2020 that will take place in Doha, Qatar, from the 16th to the 18th of March.
This week, Navy Recognition has selected the following valuable topics that drew major attention from its followers. Last week, the aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle began FOSH mission. The first Indonesian domestic submarine undergoes sea trials. An Italian shipbuilder, Ficantieri, has launched a 10th multipurpose frigate, Emilio Bianchi. As announced by the President of the French Republic, the aeronaval group will be deployed in the eastern Mediterranean for a month, where it will enhance France's participation in the fight against terrorism. This deployment meets four major objectives: operational deployment in areas of strategic interest for the benefit of European security and stability, maintaining the operational commitment of France and the French Navy in the fight against terrorism, maintaining the very high level of interoperability with our European and NATO partners, and the maintenance of the quality of the relations between France and its international partners. Indonesian state-owned shipbuilder PT PAL launched the first diesel-electric submarine built in Indonesia on April 11, 2019 in Surabaya. The Alugoro is the third of the Nagapasa class for the Indonesian Navy. The diesel-electric Alugoro has a length of 200 feet with a beam of 20.5 feet and a hull draught of 18 feet. She has a peak speed of 21.5 knots when submerged and 11 knots surfaced. The vessel is powered by 4 MTU 12-volt 493 diesel generators. The ship was ordered on 21 December 2011 as part of a US $1 billion contract between Indonesia and South Korea to provide 3 submarines, with Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering being awarded the contract. On January 25, 2020, Italian shipbuilding company Ficantieri has officially launched the Emilio Bianchi frigate, the 10th of the last Fremm vessel, at the integrated shipyards of Riva Trigoso in the presence of Italian Minister of Defense Lorenzo Guerini. The 10 vessels have been commissioned to Ficantieri by the Italian Navy within the framework of an Italo-French cooperation program, under the coordination of OCCAR, the International Organization for Cooperation on Arms. After the launching, fitting activities will continue in integrated naval shipyard of Muggiano, La Spezia, with delivery scheduled in 2021.
Army Recognition is appointed as official online show daily news and web TV for DSA 2020, the Defense Services Asia, that will take place in Kuala Lumpur from the 20th to the 23rd of April.
And now for the air sector, Airbus C295 successfully performs wet contact as a tanker, Vietnam orders Yak 130 combat training jets, and Boeing partners with Tactical Robotics to develop VTOL technology. The Airbus C295 tactical airlifter has successfully achieved its first wet contacts during an air-to-air tanker flight test campaign. First dry contacts of this flight test took place in December 2019 and were achieved using a closed ram configuration, 100 feet hose and remote vision system. The wet contacts, conducted out of Seville in Spain, took place in January 2020 between one Airbus C295 aircraft in tanker configuration and a Spanish Air Force C295 acting as a receiver at flight speeds between 100 and 130 knots. Vietnam has signed a deal to purchase a dozen of Yak 130 combat training aircraft from Russia. The deal was finalized late last year but has just been formalized. The Yak 130 is a Russian-made subsonic two-seat new generation aircraft intended for basic and advanced flight training of air school trainee pilots to fly 4th and 5th generation combat aircraft, for maintaining flying skills of pilot personnel of regular air units, and flying combat missions in local armed conflicts. With this acquisition, Vietnam will become the 6th country to import the Yak 130. Boeing has signed an agreement with Israel-based Tactical Robotics to explore the development of a ducted fan propulsion technology with potential uses for piloted and autonomous light aircraft. Through a joint working group, the two companies will determine what opportunities may exist in developing, producing, and marketing fancraft-based vertical takeoff and landing products, including Cormorant. The Cormorant is a compact, unmanned single-engine VTOL aircraft. Internal lift rotors enable the Cormorant to fly inside obstructed terrain where helicopters are unable to operate. The Cormorant is innovative due to its internal rotors and significant payload capacity that allows for the evacuation of 2 casualties, as well as fast and flexible payload reconfiguration for other missions.